evening and welcome to Constituency Connect here on Pan-African Television. My name is Ivy Abunade Nakita. You do know that this show is brought to you each and every Tuesday and Thursday 5 to 6 p.m. here on your favorite television. Yes, I keep on repeating that it's a favorite television, Pan-African Television. Don't forget, kindly send in your text messages to 0260-846539, 0260-846539. You can join us on Facebook at Pan-African Television, and you can as well send in your text messages on our Facebook page, and we'll gladly read for you this evening. Last Tuesday on Constituency Connect, we looked at issues surrounding Gomoa Central constituency, and we had in the studio with us the NDC parliamentary candidate for the constituency, Mr. Joe Namwa. Today on Constituency Connect, we are focusing on the Ewutu Senya West constituency. Yes, the member of parliament for the constituency is Honorable Ando George Nenyi Kojo. Yes, we are discussing the Ewutu Senya West constituency here on Constituency Connect. We are actually connecting with them. I won't tell you our guest for this evening. It should be a surprise for you. And so, wherever you find yourself, just sit comfortably and enjoy tonight's show. Let's go for this quick break. We'll return shortly.
Hello? Okay, why? My wife comes and send a message you. Hello? What's happened?
It's a child who will be a quiet say what? A dear friend.
Inside for a friend, I'm so here too. You have not testing messages here. And our officer, so I'm toilet time. She says, I
mean, so we a guy manu, and may young who could look cry. And also wants a family drilling company limited for Kana.
What's it then? Family Drilling Company Limited.
Ye two borehole, biofuel, biogas, swimming pool, plumbing works in Yinaso, ye be, Frey 0240-333-111, and NASA 0244-144-822.
Me and Pa and you want swimming pool on me fee. Me want to, we'll be here. Family Drilling now. Family Drilling.
What fast is your last set?
Me out with that.
We welcome back from that quick break. If you just tuned in, the show just got started. You haven't missed anything. And so, don't forget to send in your messages to 0260-846539, 0260-846539. We're also streaming live on Facebook, and so call a friend. Yes, that Constituency Connect is live on Facebook at Pan-African Television. Before we proceed, let's go and look at the personality profile of our guest for the show this evening. Mrs. Gisela Tete Agbotui is an NDC parliamentary candidate for the Ewutu Senya West constituency. Mrs. Gisela is a passionate individual driven by the desire for demonstrable, impactful results, compliance and high performance in sectors she influences and is involved in. She is the CEO, principal consultant at Zella Architects with over 23 years experience in architecture, construction and the real estate industry in Ghana. Her qualifications include an international airport professional, IAP in 2017, and a certified project management professional, PMP, since 2008. She holds an MBA in marketing from the University of Ghana Business School, awarded in 2007. She is an associate member of the Ghana Institute of Architects and Architects Registration Council, qualified for her professional license in 1999. She earned a postgraduate diploma in architecture and is a BSc Design Second Class Upper Division from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST Kumasi, Ghana between 1990 and 1997. She is a graduate of Wesley Girls High School, attended between 1981 to 1988. Gisela has served on the Council of the Ghana Institute of Architects in 2000 to 2002, 2006 to 2008, the boards of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority 2009 to 2013, and Ghana Airports Company Limited in 2013 to 2016, Zoom Lion Ghana Limited in 2015 to 2018, and Angel Specialist School International also in 2017 to 2018. She has also been an assembly member, government appointee of Yawutu Senya district in 2015 to 2017. She's also chaired the boards of Sewage Systems Ghana Limited and Sino Africa Development Company from 2016 to 2018. She is currently a board member of Environmental and Sanitation Group under the Jospon Group, very experienced in corporate governance in both public and private organizations. She has an instructor for the professional practice exams PPE held by the Architects Registration Council since 2013. Gisela is passionate about architecture and construction, aviation, environmental and sustainability issues. She is also involved in corporate governance, policy formulation, infrastructure, mentoring, volunteering, philanthropic work, and women in politics. In 2019, she won the parliamentary primaries to represent the NDC party as a parliamentary candidate for the 2020 elections in the Yawutu Senya West constituency of the Central Region. I'm back from the video break, and so there you have it. Yes, our guest for this evening is Mrs. Gisela Tete Abotui. She's a parliamentary candidate for the Yawutu Senya West constituency, and she's representing the National Democratic Congress. She is in the studios here with us this evening, and so send in your comments. Any question? Do you have any question for her? Send it to 0260846539, 0260846539. You can as well send in your comments to our Facebook page at Pan African Television. We are streaming live, and so wherever you find yourself, anywhere, you can send in your messages for this evening. Ivan.
Hi, Ivy.
I think I forgot to say Ivan is here. I believe our viewers will be wondering why Ivan hasn't appeared yet.
Yes.
But
I think maybe it's because today we have a very special person in the studio. So that's right.
Okay, Ivan, let's look at Yawutu Senya West constituency. I think we are focusing on the Yawutu Senya
But
West
Ivy, before we even talk about it, let me just say this. I mean, there's a survey that conducted by the political science students of the University of Ghana, which poses that over 49.5% of parliamentarians, I mean, risks the chance of losing their seat based on poor performances and all that. And so it's very much important that we are highlighting this point, given the fact that majority of the constituencies that we visited, usually we do not get good feedback from the constituents to their member of parliament. And so I feel that it's really important that we reiterate this point so that people can know, and if the members of parliament are watching us today, they will take note of the fact that over 49.5% of parliamentary, members of parliament, risks the chance of losing their seat. And so if they need to tighten up their seat belt, they have to.
I think they should get closer to the people.
That's true.
That's the most important thing. Because almost all the constituents are complaining about they're not getting in touch with their member of parliament.
The surprising truth is that when they are seeking for power, you see them each and every time. But right after their power, they get hold of the power. It looks like they are playing hide and seek with the people. But I think it's important that they start adapting that method of getting to know their constituents, getting to engage with them, getting to know their problems and all that. The thing is, if you don't go down to them, you know their issues. You might be thinking you're doing something better for them and all that, but probably that could not be their main issues and challenges and all that. So it's really important that, and of course imperative, that they go to the grassroots level to get in touch with their constituents.
Okay, Ivan, I'll leave you to have a conversation with our guests for this evening. But before I leave, Madam, I have a question for you as usual. I'm listening. Okay, so when we posted your flyers on social media yesterday and today, people have been wondering, people have been asking something, and I want to be their mouthpiece for this evening. So contesting the same seat as your sister, Honorable Hannah Tete did, do you not think that is posing as a family seat? Don't you think so? That is what everybody is asking. Why? Is it a family property? What do you have to say about this?
No, thank you very much, and good evening to your viewers and to constituents of Yawutu Senya West. No, it's not a family seat. That is true. But there are legacies that have been made over the years. by that family. And as we discuss, I'm sure some of them will be revealed to you. And also, if you take individual candidates, Hannah Tete, she is there. I am Gisela Tete, I am here. We are 4 sisters. We all come from the same village, from the same parents. We have competencies in different professions. And so if the opportunity to stand for a parliamentary seat is there, why not? We had our primaries. I won by 73%. We're 4 contestants. So I think that speaks for itself, that the people know what they were choosing and know who they were choosing. And I think that doesn't, because eventually as we go along, as we discuss, you see my plans for the constituency. It's not about family seats. It's about what we want to do for the people.
Well, personally, I reading about you, I know you have a very huge experience in architecture and all that. And so I'm very much curious in asking this question. What prompted your decision to venture into politics in the first place?
So I've been involved in the engine room, let me call it that way. Yeah. Involved in preparation of the party manifesto, NDC party manifesto.
Wow.
Yes, in infrastructure, because my area is infrastructure.
Okay.
So, and I work in areas that I am competent in.
Okay.
So, helping to prepare the party manifesto, and any other work that, when it comes to political party work, you never know what you'll be asked to do.
That's true.
I mean, the year 2000, with my car and my houseboy, with the bucket of starch and posters, I was filing Hannah Tete's posters on what they call the Obum Road. At the time when Autu Senior East and West were together.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I was busy filing her posters, helping her this way and that way. And so, I've also grown along with her, helping her, also giving any support I could in the background. And also when Professor Mills and John Mahama came on board as president, I was assigned to certain boards, and so I just did my bit to the best of my ability.
But talking of board, I know for a fact that you were you were part of the board for the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority in 2009 to 2013, and obviously to the Ghana Airport Company Limited in 2013 and 2016. I'm interested in the Ghana Airport Company Limited 2013 to 2016. Tell us a bit about it. How did it all start for you?
So when government changed, yes. It depends on where you are assigned to.
Okay.
It started by being on the board of the regulator in the aviation. The aviation industry has 2 main players. Okay. There's a regulator, the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, and the main operator, which is the Ghana Airport Company Limited. Very soon there will be a decoupling of another operator, which is the Air Navigation Services, from the regulator. So it so happened that I was assigned to that board, and I executed my mandates with the other board members to the best of my ability. Some of the deliverables were included the formation of the Ghana Civil Aviation Training Academy, which was modeled on the Singapore Aviation Academy model, such that Ghana would be a hub for aviation training in the sub-region, or in Africa. Just as in Singapore, they also have the aviation training, which takes care of their region and other regions. Then from there, I was moved to the Ghana Airport Company because it was told that there were more projects. Although I did execute projects, I had oversight over projects at the civil aviation. There were more projects at the Ghana Airport Company side. And then that was the biggest one, which the flagship was the Terminal 3.
Tell us about it.
So at the time, our mandate was to, again, we prepare our party manifestos as we want to do this, we want to do that. And then was looking at an airport in Pram Pram. But I remember the first day that the management presented to us, did a presentation to us, the board members. And then by the time we're done with that, we're like, nah, we have not reached the runway utilization that should merit having another airport located in another place. Yes, at Pram Pram yet. It's not reached that level of maturity yet. So we decided, okay, what do we do for Accra rather? By that time, they had a fire service, a new fire station, and they were doing some enhancements to their apron. Aprons are where the planes park. On the air side. So there's land side and there's air side. By that time, they were doing some enhancements to the aprons and so on and so forth. So, for what was being spent there, we must just keep it there. And then the other option was to continue with the existing terminal. What was Terminal 2? which used to be where the foreign travels,
Okay.
where people used to travel from to foreign, and then but now it is now the domestic terminal.
Okay.
Whether to expand it, but the thing is that it's an old building, and so in our discussions we just thought that look, it's an old building. Let us rather have a new one at the side, Terminal 3, hold it off. In our language, you call it hold it off, meaning have it fenced off, literally. Start working there. When you finish, you find a way of connecting the two terminals with a means of transport. It could be a monorail, it could be shuttle, it could be whatever works. And so that was the birth of Terminal 3. And President John Mahama gave us his blessing, and we worked. I remember once we were at one of these functions, and he said, "We are one of my best boards," because we were performing. I mean, it was a lot of synergy. It was a lot of understanding. Our board chairman was Mr. Tony Litha, very astute lawyer. MD was Mr. Charles Asari. And so it was a meeting of minds and management. So it's board and management, because these kind of decisions cannot be taken by board alone. Board and management working together just for the best of the company. And I think that for anybody who was there during that period, they were attest to the fact that it was one of the best times of Ghana Airport Company.
Wow.
It was one after the other. It was Tamale Airport runway extension, extending the runway to be up to 3.4 kilometers, such that big aircraft aircraft could fly on it, could land on it. And that was the first time that pilgrims could go from Mecca, from Tamale direct to Mecca with the Boeing 747, because 747 and A380, they are the largest aircraft, and the Antonovs. Yes, so the largest passenger aircraft are 747s and A380s, and any of those can land in Tamale any day. Wow. So it is with such, I would say, pride but humility, that if you're given the opportunity to serve, you just put in your best and serve your country at the time when you can. So then fast forward to this. Why do I now move into Parliament?
Yeah.
But let me just wrap up with the airport. So in doing that, I just also thought that, look, I've worked in that space for about 6 years. Why don't I get a professional certification in it? So I decided to take a course in airport management. So as an international airport professional. So I am that also, in addition to my core of architecture, in addition to project management, in addition to my MBA, anything. I mean, we keep on growing as we go along. And then we just use all these experiences and all the knowledge that we've acquired along the way to make things better. And that is all, a combination of all of that is what I hope to bring to bear in my parliamentary aspirations for the constituency. So I could have done it elsewhere.
That's true.
In another, where I live, or so on and so forth. But I've been going to that constituency since I was 6.
At grassroots level.
Since I was 6. Every year, there was a minimum of 4 times you have to go to the village by order. So going there and I see that the trend of development and the trajectory, and knowing what I work in the development space because of what I do, and knowing seeing
the potentials of the constituency and it's not being achieved.
Yes. Especially with the current leadership, because it's almost like you are trying to move at a certain speed, and then you kind of slow down a bit. You have to gather the momentum and gather the speed again and move on. So that's where we are right now.
That's good. I mean, combination of minds and management makes you think that, I mean, you could take over the mantle as parliament, as a parliamentary, member. Yes. I mean, that's very great. But I mean, you, like you clearly said, you have been in that constituency from childbirth, as you'd probably go there like 3 times or 6 times in the months and all that. Now let me find out in a year. That's okay. Let me find out this from you. What, in your own estimation, what do you think are some of the developmental challenges in the Owutu Senya West constituency?
The softer side would be employment.
Okay.
Now, it is not peculiar to Owutu Senya West. It is a national problem. Job creation and employment is one. And that's why I say the softer side.
That's true.
And then the much more bricks and mortar part of it is the infrastructure. Now, you know that we have, generally, rural areas have, between feeder roads and dirt roads and, tracks. Roads. Yes, and that sort of thing. So infrastructure that would be relating to roads and accessibility, water, access to water, access to power. Fortunately, we have quite a reasonable coverage. And then sanitation. Sanitation is another challenge. Another big challenge in a lot of these communities.
Okay.
Provision of toilets and disposal of refuse.
Okay.
Yes.
Earlier you made mention of roads, and so like I clearly intimated before the conversation started, over the week when the constituency, when the Owutu Senya West constituency, and we had conversations with quite a number of people. Let's look at our first video. Producer, if you hear me, let's check out our first video that has to do with roads challenges and all that. Let's check out that video back shortly. So we're still at the Owutu Senya West constituency, to precise, Breku, and I have here with me some motor riders. You want to describe them as Okada riders. They're going to talk to us about some of their plight and challenges within the constituency here. I say Oten. Okay, now I know how ben na wokum wa hade area hade Owutu Senya West constituency Breku hade, to precise.
Oba Senya Breku hade ya problem bebre oba ye kwan wa ofa o hwe kolebu to Georgiana ne fiwa e kwan ne ye Georgiana no ye MP wa ono no ye MP o hwe ye kwan ne ye o kan o se omo ye sea defense o se waf sea defense ni so ye hu hwe ade no so waf na aban ne se yo ye den o ye no ba bi ni mu ade aye den adan na ade ne se omo de ye den omo ye no sea defense yo ye fa nto nche isi asenya adwuma asenya aye wo na adwuma bi eni ho Mami hana obey market no so obey no market no aban sisan ban it still market ni eden e wo ho market ni eden yan kompe nsu ato mo pa matumi dem cameras no pictures akọ mo akọhwe ho the way they make some your otrofo say na dance na o infa e wo abrochi ukọ market wa obe hu bibia ho na ejuma wa hade ot then young boys no wa hade no wonye ejuma ye na de oba krom ha na ejuma bi eni ha na nyame adom na ya China for adwuma ya moto ne Prague na chance na boys adwuma bi eni ho nti e nyina ya den e den wa hyem de ye den ye be moto adwuma ne bi na e ba ha moto adwuma na ye no honorable ne de ba kokora enim ukọwi ni ba honorable Alex wa to taxi ama boys ni nyina oba ha ye nya boys obi na extra obi a struggle na de den o de share na life adwuma bi eni apart from moto adwuma na adwuma bi eni senya
ekwa na e high papa ekwa ni high
na no ye hada ho
ekwa na e high since hanata de fi so no MP no wo ye hu hwi no MP na ye wa wutu beku a isi ekwa ni futu ka ye ya na futu gbo ekwa abafo yi yare nkwa na eba je pese mo ye kwa ni mai ne ye hu nto eno na ye problem
ye kwa no MP no oba so no ye hu hwi fiti ahante atame so won fi so eno ano no kwahwe education you this is almost you kwahwe dey up to now o mfa won san kan say mbo ho so da anti ya ka kire ma ayi anda o se wan wan no say o momori no twane ni hwe blekuman George anda no yes o momori no hwe o twane ni hwe blekufo no fa blekufo nya meeting ya I am friend penifo no ne o me meeting na ya bre ha do ade.
Alright, so welcome back from that quick video break. If just joining, this is still Constituency Connect right here on Pan-African Television. My name is Ivan Bantz. You can join in the conversation by sharing with us your thoughts and comments on the WhatsApp number 0260-846539, 0260-846539. You can connect with us on Facebook as well at Pan-African Television. We're live on YouTube at Pan-African Television. Now that was the video you saw there. That was the Owutu Senya West constituency. That was some views sampled by Okada men who were telling us about the fact that their roads were in a deplorable state. So Honorable will be helping us digest that issue very well. Honorable, this is exactly what the people are saying. I mean, we have 3 videos in section. Now this is the first video. Now this speaks about the fact that their roads are very bad, in a deplorable state and all that. What is your take on roads, issues in the Owutu Senya West constituency? And you think leadership has done enough, the current leadership of the constituency have done enough to warrant a next term, come 2020 elections?
You see, so government works in continuum.
All right.
In 2016, some of the roads were awarded on contract.
Okay.
Yes, maybe it was a little late in the day, but they were still awarded on contract.
Right.
There's a main road from Swedu to Bojuase to Adesu.
Okay.
We connect to the eastern region. And then Autu, the district capital, those town roads, and then a road from in my village from the main road that connects to the senior high school or Ostek. So those were awarded expecting to be continued.
Continued, yeah.
You see, now, what I think we have to understand as leaders is that when two elephants are fighting, it's the grass that suffers. It is not necessary, even if you want to, you know, sometimes it tends to happen. They'd like to do audits and that sort of thing, but by the time you're done with that, I mean, for goodness sake, the road is needed by somebody. Otherwise, you would not have been awarded in the first place. So after you've done with all your investigations or whatever, at least get back to it. Because there's a reason why the roads need to be done. There are health issues. I'll give an example in Bojo. We have a polyclinic there. But people have to be referred, if there are severe cases, they are referred to Swedru. On that road, on that stretch, if you are in labor, you deliver in the ambulance before you get there.
It poses a lot of harm.
It poses a lot of harm. So what stops us from trying to get certain things right for the people? You are serving the people. You are leadership for the people. So 3.5 years later, roads that were awarded, abandoned. Once in a while, you have a grader to get over it. It rains because there are quite heavy rains in our area. It rains and we're back to Batan. It doesn't help. So sometimes central government plus the district assembly must continue with some of these things. Otherwise, you are just hurting the people that you claim to be serving.
Yeah.
Now, that is another reason why the Okada business is very popular. And you see, sometimes in the capital, it's a bit different. Yes, people want to hurriedly get from one point to point A because of traffic. In the rural area, it's not like that. It is because there are some roads that a car cannot go there. It is the motorbike, the motor rider who will go. He dares to go. It may be a road with some gullies and so on and so forth. With his 2 tires, you'll be able to manage to maneuver and get there. And so that is why the Okada business is that popular in all those areas. Yes, there are unemployment issues to do with that. But if the roads were in a much better condition, it would be better.
That's true.
And it serves the people.
That's true. Now, your manifesto, there's this point you raised. You said, I will work to improve our level of infrastructure in the Wutu, befitting hospitals, roads, here again, roads, markets, and police station. How are you seeking to do this? For me, I know that MPs do not construct roads, they lobby. But here you said, well, you're going to help give befitting roads. I know you're going to use your international connections to get it done. But the most important thing is that, how are you going to finance this? Are you going to be using your MP's Common Fund, 5% of that, to facilitate this?
MP's Common Fund can do some, it cannot do all. What the MP's Common Fund can do is at least to grade the roads, for example, maybe twice a year.
Okay.
Again, I emphasize that this is for the people. So at least that much can be done. You rent a grader, you buy them fuel, and then you keep them for about, depending on the number of roads that have to be worked on in the season, because you know you don't work on roads in the rainy season.
Right.
So you at least do that so that certain roads are motorable. That can be done with the MP's Common Fund.
Okay.
When it's much bigger than that, for example, highways, you have to lobby highways to get your roads. I think in 2017, the road from Swedru to Idesu was in the budget, 2017 budget, but it was not done. I think 2017 or 2018. 2019, it was, again, it reappeared in the budget, but it was a lesser kilometer, lesser length than what it was before. I think first it was 40 kilometers, and then the next time it was reduced. But if you're not observant, this is my field, so I would see certain differences in scope. Yes, so there are some things you can easily do.
With a common fund, like you're saying?
Yes, you can do that. Or, you know, even though MPs do not construct roads, find out from every MP. When the people are complaining about this, you're trying to solve problems. So you must have solutions. You see?
That's true.
So it depends on what method to do it. So, for example, if I go and rent a machine, so somebody may want to award it on contract. I may want to do it. There are different methods of procurement just to even be able to construct the road. Depends on what you want to do. So certain things can be done. For example, if it comes to water, it can either be connection to the main system, the main water system, or boreholes. Some communities, when they're like on the outlying areas, you cannot connect pipes to them. And sometimes they look at the economic value of a pipe, water being connected to certain places. Then you can have a system of boreholes. I have been renovating boreholes in the constituency as we speak, because during the lockdown, there were some issues with water supply. And during the lockdown, you know, we're all not too sure about how the COVID is going to go and all that. And it was, you must have running water and all that. And there was no way that I could see the people who needed water, just basic water. They did not have that. So we had to offer some tanker services to them. But we have about 3 boreholes that are disused. So we said, okay, which of them can we fix quickly, and which is within the perimeter, or which is within the closeness of the community, so they don't have to walk far to just at least just fetch water. So that's something that we've been doing in Loye, Mankomeda, Oklunkwanta, Jamaica, just to get certain things right for the people. And that I'm doing that even before I even step onto take the seat as the MP, because as a leader in your community, yes, you're looking for power to influence, to do more. To do more than maybe what you're already doing. But there's some things that can be done even with that. And because I work in the infrastructure space, there's certain things I will not overlook.
That's true.
If it's about markets, you mentioned markets. There are two main markets. There's one in Senior Break. I think when you interviewed some...
We'll touch that on that. So we'll touch that on that.
Okay.
But I want to ask this question. I mean, with roads, as far as roads is concerned, how would you score the current leadership? I mean, when I say leadership, the current Member of Parliament, John Anda, in a score of 100%, how would you score him as far as road is concerned?
I think that should be I'll leave that to the people to decide, but I will even score him 10%.
You will even score him 10%?
No. I think now he's working on some section. Oh. Not him. I mean, it's not him. Yes. Government is working on a section from the eastern region, that wing that comes from the eastern region. They are doing the culverts, and you must do all those things. You must sort out the drainage before you start doing the road surface. Yes, that is happening. So I'll say maybe about 20.
About 20% out of 100%.
Oh, yeah, about that.
Okay, all right. So let's check out our next video. You know, I want us to touch on all the videos that we took so that you can address them, given the fact that you are advocating thoroughly to becoming the Member of Parliament for the Ewutu Senior constituencies. Now, we had conversations with some women in the market. You know, there's this assertion, there's not necessarily assertion, but there's been certain complaints from the people there, especially market women, saying that there was this old market that has been constructed by Hannah Tete that happens to be a sister during those times, and as it stands now, it's not even been commissioned, it's not been opened for the market women to use for their daily activities as far as marketing is concerned. So let's look at that video. When we return, Honorable will touch on that issues for us. All right, so stay tuned. Market now, new one on board.
Dedo yet no the message shuluta. Issue and the man from name or Russian can dumpo at the junior how practice someone ala. What will fulfill one fair man? They are not a mati.
What did them how you act to war Member of Parliament?
Young from them, I catch the assemblyman for it's a assemblyman for the call. Then I should up my pay. You are better can't have ball in Puyan. And then she from the way. I have now your baller. It's someone else. One man. They are coming to you.
But I'm going show no. I've been seeing if it happens now up to now. Market here will see Hannah Tete and abroad they will see market and up to now. Almost over 8 years or so one boy new market. If it happens now, one boy.
Every mental symbol of Hannah Tete a president to club and no to way down. Although my dear so way no the man.
That's it.
I don't know, my work and also will at a marketing of a man. Yeah, bread. You won't pay the money that you take of dinner. It's a very now was near you. And about the border and so company about money now. Yes, I buy on some man, no mayor. Yes, senior marketing man. On the market, yes, sir. Ufado, oh my God, senior man. Oh my God, senior man. Joanna, Utuati, say, Yakan, Muso Betty, you are about Obayame. Yes, sir. That's
Market hanya kan wa. Leadership what's what you have dance in way.
No need to know.
Some of them are people will be doing back by age man.
Yeah. Back. They are too hard. I had the old market.
Old market.
50 something years to 60.
I don't know why a new one.
New one kind of stumble be now. A new kind of
a new one. Where how many years?
Oh, about say 2 years. 2 years.
100.
And a 30.
It's not about 2 years. And the happened lawyer, the new marketing. And assistants now, still, and then up to now, one way.
You do over 60 something years. I did that.
Wow. And I still what's now old marketing or
yeah. No, my new market is some be near. They buy it. It's so to shot. It
is so to it's so to but it's the man one boy new one more. But what try you be something for that didn't know one boy new market tomorrow.
On the
All right, so welcome back. Like I keep on saying, if you just joining, this is still Constituency Connect. My name is Ivan Bans Aban. Yeah, we're still in conversation with Honorable. Yes, Honorable here. She's digesting the issues one by each. Now, Honorable, you saw. I'm used to calling you Honorable. You have to adjust to that.
Well, you know, when you're an assembly man or woman,
you are honorable.
They call you honorable.
Automatically honorable.
But I'm not willing to titles. But yes, that's fine.
You know. One thing just kept ringing in mind. Okay, now I visited this constituency. I spoke to the market women, and clearly what they are telling me was that, or what they kept on telling me, or they told me was that there's this confusion. They do not understand. Now you came into power just for me. You did this market for me. Now there's this power. I mean, the government that obviously facilitated it is not in power anymore. There's another power. You came to lobby so that I could just grant you power so you can lead me and bring development into the community. Now, something that will lead to development, you are saying you're not going to do it. That's their call. Now, for me, I find it a bit confusing again. How is it possible that there's a new market and it's still been locked and it's not been open for the market women to obviously use that for their businesses and all that? Yet they are still subjected to the old market, where obviously leaves them to a lot of natural disasters and all that. The woman was clearly telling us that anytime it rains, the water gets to, worrying
for them. So this is just the next step.
Okay.
Now, the idea was that Senya Breku, they have a lot of fisher folk. Obviously, they go to sea.
Yeah.
We have vibrant fish markets. According to as and when the stocks of fish, I mean, sometimes they're in seasons and then there's not.
Okay.
The idea was that it's called the WAF, but it's a landing beach. The landing beach was going to connect to the fish market and then make it a bit, because you can't have this infrastructure for fishing and not have the right other facilities, the retail facilities that go with it.
Yeah.
So the idea was to have the markets. You have the market stalls. I think about 40 market stalls and about 80, if I'm right, either 20 shops and 40 to 8, something like that. I can't really recall the number. But it was quite, I'm sure as you went, right? So it was quite big. Yes.
It was quite big.
So the idea was that just to connect the two, so that the retail part of the fishing would be taken care of in the market. Because you see, there's another thing. The fisher folk, the fishmongers who smoke the fish, they take the fish to Kaswa to go and sell. And there have been a lot of robberies along the way.
Along the road.
From Senya going. Because there's a part of the road that has a poor network. And I think the armed robbers may have also realized that's what it is. But now the security has been beefed up in those areas anyway. So what happens is that they go and sell their fish, come back with the proceeds, and then they are robbed on the way back. And this has happened quite a number of times. The point was that have everything in one place. Senya is a town with a population of about 18,000, I think. It is quite significant to have the market, to have a health center, to have this. Certain facilities must go with certain size of towns. So the point was that connect the landing beach to the market.
Okay.
And a good market was constructed for that purpose. And Madame Hannah Tete lobbied from, I think it was Sedicom or so, to be able to construct that market. Now the point is that these organizations are still existing. They are in continuum. Sedicom, for example, I think is chaired by the Central Regional Minister. So what happens is that the Central Regional Minister chairing Sedicom, there's no reason why the project should not be continued. Now when the project, you don't pay the contractor, there are, according to the value of the work done and so on and so forth. So whatever it says that has to be sorted out. Hannah Tete is gone. But she had the intention of doing this, it was lobbied and saw that it was constructed up to a certain point for somebody else to come and continue. And that is in Honorable George Ander's hometown. Yeah. Now we move to the Bojo-Ase one, which was Bojo-Ase one funded by the District Assembly Common Fund and the District Development Fund or so. Now, that one was a bit slightly different. We had to start by some drains. We had to construct some storm drains, because you have to do those works before you can actually do whatever buildings there are. After the storm drains, it now moved to the lorry park. Now the lorry park, it was started, and then when the government changed, it was stalled for a bit, halted, constructed up to a point, and then one day all we get to know is that there's been an order, and then it has been demolished, and then now paved. So there was another plan, whoever's idea it was, whether with approval of the General Assembly or not, I don't know. But the point is that there was a plan change for that one. But again, all these are meant for the people. So when you're in leadership, you must do your best. If you cannot do it, you communicate to them and say, why I cannot do X, Y, Z at a certain time. And I think they will understand you. Yeah. But you don't leave it for 3.5 years, and then now all of a sudden, you leave them in a nimble like that. It's not right.
Right. So Ivy is on standby to give us a bit of messages that have come in. But when we return, I would want to find out from you what I know that your vision for the constituency is based on. I described it as 3 P's. It's people, progress, and prosperity. I want you to delve more into that and give us a description as to how these 3 P's came about. All right. So Ivy, take over.
All right, thank you, Ivan. To Honorable Giselle, I have couple of messages from your constituents to you. This is coming from Really. Really says, is she ready to work in hands with other related sector which falls in line with her profession to bring together our artisans in the country to build houses across the nation for just an ordinary Ghana man to lay his or her head? Ghana has affordable houses, but ordinary people in the country can't have access to those houses in terms of purchasing. Okay, so that was a message from Liz. Really, this also says she's so committed to the development drive of her people and has already demonstrated her commitment to the people of Ewutu Senya West through their various initiatives on her own, even before she came into the race: youth empowerment programs, renovation of boreholes, provision of needy but brilliant students, etc. Kweku Ampon. Okay, Kweku, thank you for your message. This also says, good evening to you, Madame Gisela Tete. We the good people of Ewutu Senya West can't wait to see you as a member of parliament for our constituency. In you, we see a new face for our constituency. Hashtag what women can do. Moses Konja from Ashanti Mampon. Moses, thanks for your message. Good evening to you, hosts, and your dynamic Honorable Gisela Tete from Ewutu Senya West. From my background checks, I think she's the best to bring progress and development to the constituency. Gamba Pascal, Gamba, thank you for your message. We do appreciate. Hi, my name is Awal. Can you find out from her? Okay, can you find out from the honorable member how come her sister lost the seats last election, and how better will she do to retain the seat back? Thank you for your message. Great woman, you are too good for Ewutu Senya West. Take absolute charge and go for gold, my good sister. Regards to the great host there, especially my beautiful lady Ivy, from Honorable Jonamwa Moses Jehu Apia. Honorable is watching us. Okay, so this is coming from Honorable, yes, Gomwa Central Constituency. Honorable, we do appreciate. Yes, thank you for watching Constituency Connect. Good evening. Hi, I'm Mary Edu from Ewutu Nyakokwa. Nyakokwa. Please tell Mama we believe in her and we shall Okay, we believe in her and we know she can do it and she will. Next year by this time, she's going to be our MP. All right, thank you, Mary Adu. Thank you for your message. Now, let me read one final message and take two. Madam, may God richly bless you. What you are saying is true. We know you can do more than expectation. Madam, victory all the way. Evans Ewutu Kropon. This is from Evans from Ewutu Kropon. This also says, good evening, Ivan and Ivy. Great show. Please ask Madam Gisela, was the vote different in 2016 and what is she doing different to win this year's election come 2020? Okay, I pray she wins. From Nee Ivan. Nee, thank you for your message. So that does it for the text messages part. Ivan, you can take over.
Thank you, Ivy, for your message. Honorable Gisela, we'll play the next video that has to do with one station master who was also speaking about some plethora of issues within the constituency. So let's check that video out. When we come back, we'll look at some of the messages that came in. We want to touch on that about the differences with the margins that obviously got your sister to lose, and how best you can also bring that people to your side. All right, so let's check out that video. Return shortly. I said, we were fans for station master. If you developmental projects, I'll call you a president, what MP, that was under. Why would you marry another 4 years? I'm the man Queen did that. Even way, if you bed, I'm way. That's actually you make you not chair there, you're in the actual room. Because into Chrome Town baby, I am here and I call being anywhere in room. Even if you are on the road, I miss one kind of road in now, promising road in the oh, yeah, I do Mukra, road in one shade without reading the car. Because such a best in our West Nile, I ain't even on one shade. Even say, idea, not say, I put what I was watching. But I make it that's your point. You do for my quest for better or back chin. I knew myself, what can I? You will be another. You best say, so there you do my Sabia Savana, or Bokiano, maybe I could each. Also, I found out said in the farm. Police, watch you, also an opa. 1 million. Like, police, not some out my point. What if you want? Why be there? Why then? Kita moto na so de yankan commission house benya ona na oda usu ese de na ede man sanya ma na obaka na ewinu anade eni papa obaji moto na ede if you see so be na ma yes boys mo ye bre yes said akwenye bi abadam na yan ko ya mo chie o kwan ya ma kiti bi person was sire wo ko ya so boys no ya na ebutuma ama no so ede na baba power ama bibia na wa ko da ma some benya e wan tata we boys so ede na man fat one doing and I'm going to find out a guy named God. Because I'm missing here now. Could be not painful coming here and go to see, I find a fine behind the power. I'm a cousin. Police need to be chim apart. That time I'm here. Police need to chim issue. A chino, I should add into a virus. Other nations. Oh. The way I have been many other like the damage on a base for pushing me to an habitat. That's that final no best. I watch them. That's in Kuti. I watch them. Because it's one way and do more. Now, and this stand in this. Basically, earlier on there, under or car the upper, we make sure the roads no authorities do again. This way do hammer on here. And this when you up, and down front against honestly, that's the menu we know we do dance. Since you are in Bono Albano, Mangas are mentioned, that is a mess on Holican. You wouldn't cut that. You wouldn't that. You wouldn't picture so. The picture the men from down. But I'm not going to be me than a me that.
and is any banaba, on a Casaka, no, now, the kind of woman there. No, we had needed this edition more bad than obey.
Alright, so welcome back from that break. If you just joined, this is still Constituency Connect with me, Ivan Vance, and we are still in conversation with Honorable Gisela Tete. Yes, that was some, obviously, some thoughts by some young folks within the Owutu Senior West constituency. I'm sure Honorable has touched on all those things. I mean, it has to do with employment and the, I mean, the motor bikers and all that stuff in the road as well. So, Honorable, quickly, we are behind time. Quickly, let's look at your vision, obviously, policies for the Owutu Senior West constituency. Why should I vote for you if I'm in the Owutu constituency? Why should I vote for you?
Good question. So, yes, to just put it very simply, to invest in our people, in our progress, in our prosperity.
The 3 Ps.
Well, something like that, yes, yes. What about the people? You see, we have a very large informal economy, informal sector, over 95%. The formal workers are those who work in assembly, some companies, and then teachers and nurses. Okay. So we have to look at the quality enhancements for all those categories, especially the informal sector. Now, I have a lot of, I'm a TVET, I'm an advocate of TVET, technical vocational education. So whether somebody is a dropout or not, I embrace such people and have to work on them. So the policy of skills development is very key to me. And decentralizing these skills development across the constituency. Because you don't want to add transport costs to, there's one station, one school and everything, everybody's there. You decentralize them and you work with you have partners in the communities. That is one. Also, I'm a product of, we are 4 sisters. You are girls. Yeah. The girl child. The girl child. I marked that. I was going to ask, why girl child? I take it from my personal experience. If my father had not thought that, okay, I don't have a son, I have all girls, let me get all my girls to do this, that, you know. That's true. We would not have been where we are today. That's true. So, emphasis on girls, and sometimes they're a bit left behind. A bit left behind. So we need to kind of fast track their
disparity and all that.
Yes, but not leaving the boys behind. Otherwise, the girls will not get good husbands.
That's true.
And in addition to that, I would like to see quality enhancements in whatever anybody is doing. So if you are, and especially when you work in my space, masons, the artisans, masons, carpenters, and all those, I'm already supporting a group who are getting ready for their Energy Commission license. For electricians, they must take an exam with Energy Commission to get their certification and their license. I already support groups like that. So I would be advocating for, I'm not only advocating, but making sure I have co-consultants that I work with that to be able to train artisans and make them better at what they do. They have their skills already, but I can enhance that even further. Annual training is something that it will be a regular feature for me. In addition to that, the people, it's important that, one, like I said, about quality of the people and what they do, and then the training that we give. And then the other thing also is about, for example, the drivers. Let me take a category of drivers, for example. I have a lot of drivers in the constituency. I want them to be better at what they do, so they're able to get jobs either in the constituency or outside. So, for example, if it means annual eye screening, hearing, sight and hearing, and other basic medical conditions, and then having a system for them, whereby when their license is expiring, they don't have licenses, we help them to get licenses, plus further training. It's not just drop them a license and then leave them on their way. No, you have to monitor their progress, and it's for their own good. They themselves know that I'm a professional driver and this is what I must go through. And if I can help them to do that, helping them, for example, if their license expire, having a system whereby they know that they must ready for renewal, and helping them to get those sort of things, just making their work easier for them. And this applies to many others. If it's about traders, yes, to help them with some small loans, but help them with bookkeeping and other business skills that will help them in that business. So it's not just about dropping a loan here and then giving them that. No. It's almost like a backward and forward integration to what they do, to make them better at what they do. That's very important. Because if that is what you've chosen to do for life, I must help you to be your best. Second part is about our progress. Progress relates to the infrastructure and so many other things. And also, I want to introduce a new industry, which is tourism.
Wow. I see that in your manifesto as well.
Yes. Now, tourism, I need to talk briefly about tourism because
please do.
It's almost like a hidden gem. So I have two sides of the constituency. There's our Owutu side and the Senya side,
The Senya
and they're like
side.
twins.
Yeah.
So like a mother, you must see to both sides of it.
Yeah.
What the ingredients for tourism that Awutu has is ecotourism. There are some beautiful forests, beautiful landscapes when you drive through. I don't know whether you're able to get to that part of the constituency.
No, we're not able to get to that part of the constituency.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do that sometime.
Beautiful landscapes over there with the greenery, and there's some forests, and these are forestry commission acknowledged and preserved forests with certain caves and so on and so forth. And we can have a lot of mountain trekking, and it will nurture another, particularly to do with job creation. That is another sector altogether. And on the Senya side, there's a fort called Fort Good Hope. Now, every fort has a history. It was either for trade or for slavery.
Okay.
As we speak, there's even a tunnel that is just like how in the slave trade they had to go through tunnels to go to that window of no return.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Yes, we have that also there. So they have cultural tourism. They have a heritage, which is that Senya has 7 beaches, all in different angles.
7 beaches.
Yes. So the ingredients for that is already there. For tourism is already there. It just has not been packaged properly. Now what will happen is that it will just spawn one industry after another. If a tourist comes, they must find somewhere to sleep, they must find something to eat, something to buy. So it's a whole chain of micro industries that can be attached to this. And I know that it can work. I mean, in my line of work, I'm taught to be creative and to think solutions. Okay. Design is about thinking about solutions. So when you see something in front of you, you must be able to think, what is the solution that can be offered for it? Right. I've discussed with colleagues and all that sort of thing, professional colleagues, and I know that very well that it can work. That is why I introduced the Bojuase Brasman Carnival.
Okay.
Last year, at the last Saturday of December.
Yeah. I see Abeku Santana hosted that show.
Yes, Abeku came on board because he's a tourism ambassador. And he came to explain to the people what we're trying to do. Having masquerades. Yeah. We had to import the masquerades, but we didn't have. But by the time we have the one this year, we would have our own masquerades there. And then we'll be able to support. We're looking at having a mini trade fair in addition to that. Now, mini trade fairs, because there are a lot of food processing. Now, moving to the prosperity part.
Yeah, prosperity part.
There's a lot of food processing. Gari, cassava, fruits, pineapple plantations, so many of them. A lot of food processing that goes along. And there's also an organic soap industry in Bojuase. But people come, actually, you'll be surprised how people come and have them produce soap for them, and they brand them, they bring them to Accra and brand them, but it's actually produced over there. So there's a lot of micro industries, that have to be seen to, and shaping that properly with the right advisory services or packaging or so on and so forth. And then, we're just basically trying to get better at what we do. True. And when with the prosperity part, that means that people will obviously have more money in their pockets. Mine is to see that the constituency moves from this level to that level during a period of time that if I'm given a mandate, I'll be able to. Okay.
Finally, your final words so we can wrap up. You're behind 10. Your final words to the people.
You can trust me that I'll do a good job. You can trust me that I'll not come and tell you, make empty promises to you. I'm a realist, and what I know I can do, I'll make sure that I'm able to do that for you. To all the constituents, irrespective of the party that you are in, I come with a good heart and good intentions to be able to make a difference in the lives of the people of Awutu Senior West. And that's something that I pledge to you that I'll be able to do. And with your support and with the mandates that I expect and I hope to be given on December 7th, 2020, I will not disappoint. So I pray that God gives us good health and protects us as we go along our daily chores and our daily duties, just to be able to make sure that we can deliver a better life for the people of Awutu Senior West. Thank you very much.
Yes, she's seeking to do good in the Awutu Senior West constituency. That's the words of Honorable Gisela Tete. And so you know what to do if she's the right person for you, if you think she's the right woman. I mean, based on everything she said, you can actually trust in what she's saying. And if that is working for you, when it's time, just go to the polls and do what you're supposed to do. This has been the Constituency Connect show. My name is Ivan Bant, and I have been doing this with my colleague Ivy Dede Abnana Kete. We'll come your way same time on Thursday. Oh, today's Thursday already. Oh, okay. So we'll come your way same time next week. Do enjoy the rest of our programs. We are out for now. Bye.